Welcome to tonight's episode of The Blend. I am your host, Steve Benz. We are broadcasting live from our studios in downtown Chicago. Tonight, we welcome rock royalty. My guest is best known for playing bass and vocals for a funk band called Trapeze and Deep Purple. I remember him fronting the band Black Sabbath back in the mid-'80s. I can't believe I even remember the 80s. Let's welcome Glenn Hughes to the show.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Glenn, welcome to The Blend. Don't you wish you were in Chicago where it's about to snow tonight?
Well, you know, I absolutely love Chicago. In the summer, I may add. It's a beautiful city. Are you kidding me? Love it there.
People only love it when it's in the summer. You never want to come when it's winter. How come?
You look, I have memories of Chicago all year round, but I've had a couple of great summer experiences in Chicago, and as well as winter, of course. So long may that continue.
Oh, and it will. Hey, I was just looking into what you are now involved with. It is the Rock Against Trafficking. That is, under these circumstances now with the Me Too, everyone going on social media and trying to get out and speaking to all of us. How did you get involved with this organization?
I got involved with this at the very start. This is really going back here, about 2012. I was at my good friend Chad Smith's New Year's Eve party in Malibu, and Gary Miller, the guy, the president of the company I'm working with here, asked me if I would. He was the party as also asked me if I'd be interested in being part of this donation, and I said I yes, let me Google what we're doing here. And Steve, when I Googled the statistics and the demonic insanity and cruelty that is going on behind Rock Against Trafficking, about human trafficking, of people coming into our homes and taking our siblings, our friends, from underneath our noses in the night, taking our kids off the streets for unthinkable, imaginable things. I can't get my head around it to this very day. How awful. And as you know, Steve, I'm educating people as I've been educated myself, that human trafficking is right behind drugs and alcohol as being the most devious, mind-altering, life-changing cruelty on our planet. $150 billion a year are exchanged hands with these deviant people to take our kids and our loved ones out of our homes and streets. It's just unimaginable.
Now, us as Americans, we're cynical about everything. We don't want to hear anything unless it affects us. So how does this affect us as Americans? How do we get the American society involved into this?
What I don't understand, brother, is how we haven't been incredibly educated. And let's be clear, not many, and this is, with all due respect, I love America. I am going to become American this year.
Fantastic.
We as Americans don't know so much about this devious operation. And my job, part of my job, is to carry the message through the music, of course. Talking to you is very important so I can get to as many people. Someone is hearing me speak right now and going, did he just say $150 billion a year exchange from deviant people to take our kids out of our homes and streets? That's what I'm saying, everyone. And that's what we must do. We have to stand as a nation, Americans, and we have to be extremely vigilant to stop this from happening.
So how can they get involved with this?
Well, there's all kinds of sites up now about how we can get involved and how we can be of service. I think being of service is very, very important. And, it's just we have to go on the internet and research this. Me talking to you is one thing, but having a follow-up and a reason to become involved in this. I've been involved in this now, Steve, for 6 years.
Right.
And my heart is truly been beaten by this, and it's my job to carry the message.
So the idea behind all this, anyone can go to rockagainsttrafficking.org. So the idea here is really to get the message out. Is that what you're trying to do with the new music, the new CD?
It really is. And it's mind-altering. I say again to everyone listening, it's mind-altering to think that these things are happening. And what have we got to do? Well, the thing to do is I'm now talking to you, and hopefully I presume everyone's hearing my message here about our kids and our relatives and our loved ones being taken, again, out of our homes. Steve, it's just unimaginable. But, brother, as I'm talking to you at this very second, it's happening in America right at this moment.
Yeah, it's really just hard to think about it as I looked more and more into this. And I'm not one to jump into a lot of these or do a lot of background, but the more I read, the more disgusted I got with this.
Yeah. Look, I travel all the time across the world, all the time. And I've, seen things, and I felt something was wrong in that neighborhood, or something was weird about that car there. And all this stuff. I'm not paranoid.
Right.
I'm just telling you guys statistics.
Yeah. Yep.
It's right behind drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And how can we, as good writing, stand by and let these people continue to do this with all this money? All this money is being exchanged for flesh and blood. It's just unimaginable.
Now, with you becoming an American citizen here, so congratulations to that. That's awesome. Now, our government, what is our government's involvement in this? Have you approached our government yet?
I think that's a concern we are doing, because we're trying to put together a couple of shows, one in Europe and one in America, where we are going to need the help of the government for that.
Yeah.
I'm not, knocking politicians here, Steve, but I think we've got to bring this to the forefront, because it's a forefront issue. We all know about drugs and alcohol. How long has that been on the front burner? Forever.
Right.
But this one, he's been on the back burner for so damn long. I get kind of angry when I talk about it, that I just can't believe we haven't done something more appropriate about this problem.
Now, if given the opportunity, would you sit in front of Congress and have a discussion?
I would, absolutely, 100%.
I think that needs to happen.
Of course I would. Yes.
Wherever it is that you're going to reside, senators, congressmen, wherever you're going to reside, that is the place to start. Or at least I think so. If it's California, New York, wherever you're going to live.
And I think it's a really, obviously, there are talks about that as we speak. Yep. But you talking to me about it and reinforcing that idea is the only way. Because I can talk as much as you want. But the fact is, we need our government to be behind this. So that's the great thing about my conversation with you right now. So people can hear this, and we need people to write letters, and I need everyone out there doing this. This is not for us as far as the record. It's not a promotion I'm doing here. I'm trying to be of service to humankind.
Yep. See, that's what I like most about this. This isn't about putting dollars to rehab or anything of that sort. This is about picking up our brothers, our sisters, our aunts, our uncles, our parents, and they just poof, they're gone, and you have no idea where they went.
Yeah, look, we've seen movies like Taken with Liam Neeson. You've seen these movies. We see these movies once or twice a year. These huge blockbusters come out with our loved ones being taken, and it is for real.
Yep.
Am I a broken record? Apparently I am a broken record, because here I go again. We've got to understand that the scenario that I'm talking about is actually happening in the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. Yep. We're not in Peru here. We're not in Pakistan. We're not in Serbia. We're in the United States. And this stuff is going on under our very noses.
Now, there's a line up on the website, again, rockagainsttrafficking.org. So I'm going to throw in my 2 cents in my support. It says, no one can do everything, but everyone can do something. So I challenge everybody listening to this to do something. Go to the website, write a letter, do what it is that Glenn is asking. And Glenn, I'm going to throw in my 2 cents. If you're able to get in front of Congress people or senators, whatever, I will throw in my time to sit during that debate. I will ask the questions on both sides of the fence so we can have a discussion.
That's very cool. I appreciate the help.
Yeah. You know, none of this. It's all my time is free. If we have to do it on the internet, if we have to do it, whatever it is, satellite, I'm there. I can sit between the two. I can help you. That is my what I can do for you to help you with Rock Against Trafficking. It's the least I can do. I mean, come on.
Of course, I'm fully in 100%, brother.
Yeah,
in 100%.
And with that, you recorded a cover. One of the greatest bands, I think, one of the greatest bands of all time, The Police. Okay?
Correct.
And you did the song Roxanne. And I'm friends with Stuart Copeland.
That's fantastic. I love Stuart.
So I'm going to send him this track and get his reply on all that. So how did you end up picking that track?
I'd love to talk to Stuart and get his take on this as well. So please have him reach out to him.
Oh, I absolutely will. I will post it right to Stuart. So.
Yeah, you know, Sting doesn't write bad songs, of course, and Stuart was in with Andy and Sting, one of the greatest bands of our time.
Yep.
And we just, again, all of us on this record doing covers by The Police and Sting.
Yep.
I know Carlos Santana and Neil Schon and the guys in Journey and Wilson and Slash. I know these people forever, and we're all giving our time and love to do this.
Yep. I like that line. Sting writes okay music. You know, he hasn't written a bad song.
No, it's impossible for him to do that.
Right. And damn it, he still looks good. I hate that most about him. I do.
He does. He's a very, very talented young man, and he takes care of himself, and I must applaud him for that.
And you're both bassists, so that's got to be something right there.
Well, we're singing bass players.
Right.
I think. Let's name them right now. I think it's it's Paul McCartney. It'll be Geddy Lee.
Right.
It'll be Sting and myself. It's a very short list of singing bass players, isn't it? I'm just in a very very interesting boys club there.
I love that. I'm going to have to post that list up on Twitter. That was a great list.
It's a great. Well, you know, I'm sure there's more lead singing bass players, but I can't think of any more off the top of my head. I'm sure. And by the way, if there's anybody out there listening, please let me know who they are, and my respects to you all. Right,
but you know, you've got bands that have singing bass players, but not names that you could just drop out there. Like Peter Cetera from Chicago, he played bass.
Right.
Okay, but you wouldn't think of that.
But you know, on this CD, on this music, we've got Hall of Famers, which I am, of course.
Yep.
Now, and we've got Grammy winners, and we've got all kinds of award-winning artists. I wouldn't call it donating because we don't donate to this. We just amply give our time and love.
Sure.
Everyone that I mentioned, Steve, are very good human beings. You know, nobody's in this for a free lunch or a ticket to something. We all just want to give back.
Yep. I agree with you. I think you guys should do like a Live Aid thing.
We want to do that. We're actually working on that at the moment to see where we can take it.
Yep. Hey, you can do it right here in Chicago. I'll host it.
Listen, are you kidding me? I'll be there in a second. I love that city.
Of course, it'd have to be in the summer, right?
Oh, my God. Yeah. I was there 2 summers ago. It was amazing.
Oh, my God.
I shall be there, by the way. I shall be there in, I think, August, September-ish.
There you go. Well, we will make sure that you and I get together.
Yeah, that's going to have to happen.
That will definitely happen. So when does the new CD come out?
It's funny enough, it was supposed to next month.
Okay.
We're still ironing out which label. It's going to be a real kind of a tight squeeze. I'm taking meetings with a couple more labels, and we'll see what happens, but we're very close. So once we know, we'll let you know.
Fantastic. And once you've got the date...
Yeah, you can go into iTunes and get the song, and Spotify, and it's all there.
So what we'll do is the week before your release date, you call back, and we'll talk about it just for the release date, okay? We'll make it a big deal here on The Blend.
You got a date there, young man.
All right, fantastic. Glenn, thank you so much for calling in on The Blend. We're going to play his track, his version of Roxanne. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Steve. Have a great day. Love you, everybody. God bless.